Imagine starting your day, An AI assistant on your phone suggests the fastest route to work, avoiding a traffic jam it predicted overnight. At the office, another AI has already sorted your emails, flagging the urgent ones. Later, when you apply for a promotion, an algorithm will be the first to review your resume, deciding if you are a good fit before a human ever sees your name. This is not a scene from a distant future, it is the reality of 2025. Artificial intelligence is no longer a niche technology. It has become an invisible hand, quietly shaping our lives, our opportunities, our world in ways we are only beginning to understand. These systems learn from vast amounts of data, make decisions, perform tasks that once required human intelligence. They promise efficiency, convenience, and progress. We see this in our smart homes, in the recommendations we get for movies, in the medical tools that help doctors spot diseases earlier. We are handing over significant power to these complex, often opaque systems. As we delegate more of our decision-making to machines, we must pause and ask fundamental questions, Who is writing the rules for these powerful tools? What values are being programmed into their code, intentionally or not? When an AI system makes a mistake, denies someone a loan, misdiagnoses a patient, causes an accident, who is held responsible? These are not simply technical problems for engineers to solve in a lab. They are profound ethical dilemmas that concern every one of us, because the choices we make today about AI will define the fairness, freedom, and safety of our society for generations to come. This essay will explore the critical ethical challenges of AI in 2025, moving beyond the hype to examine what is really at stake. We will look at how human biases are being encoded into algorithms, the growing power of autonomous systems in our cars, autonomous systems on the battlefield, the escalating risks to our privacy, and the profound impact on our jobs. The first and most pervasive myth about artificial intelligence is that it is inherently neutral. We tend to believe that a machine, working with cold, hard data, is free from the prejudices that plague human judgment. But this is a dangerous illusion. An AI system is only as good, or as fair, as the data it is trained on. And the data we feed these systems is a reflection of our world. A world filled with historical and systemic biases. As a result, AI often learns, replicates, amplifies at an unprecedented scale, making inequality seem like a mathematical certainty. This problem is starkly evident in the world of employment. An August 2025 study from the Brookings Institution found that a staggering 98.4% of Fortune 500 companies now use AI in their hiring processes. These systems promise to find the best candidates by analyzing resumes, video interviews. However, a February 2025 UN Women report highlights how these tools can reinforce gender discrimination. If an AI is trained on decades of a company's hiring data, and that data shows a pattern of hiring men for leadership roles, the AI will learn that men are the ideal candidates. The issue goes even deeper. Groundbreaking research from Stanford and MIT in September 2025 revealed a new form of bias called AI bias. As more job applicants use AI tools to help write their resumes and cover letters, AI recruiters may begin to unconsciously favor the writing style of these AI assistants. This creates a discriminatory feedback loop, effectively creating what the researchers called an LLM writing assistance tax. In this scenario, applicants who cannot afford or choose not to use AI assistants are put at a disadvantage, not because of their qualifications, but because their applications do not match the machine-preferred style. This algorithmic bias extends far beyond hiring. It appears in loan applications, it appears in healthcare, it appears in our legal system. These are not small glitches, they are systemic failures that can lock people out of opportunities and perpetuate cycles of inequality. As AI systems become more intelligent, they are also becoming more autonomous. We are building machines that can operate with less and less direct human supervision, cars that navigate city streets, weapons that can identify and engage targets. These advancements promise to enhance safety and efficiency, but they also introduce a profound ethical dilemma. As machines gain the power to act on their own, the lines of responsibility become dangerously blurred. When an autonomous system makes a life or death decision, who is ultimately accountable for the outcome? The owner, the manufacturer, the programmer, or no one at all? The automotive industry is at the forefront of this shift, with self-driving capabilities becoming more common. But the battlefield is where the stakes are highest. At the 2024 World Defense Show, General Dynamics confirmed that its next-generation Abrams X tank incorporates AI-driven targeting systems. In July 2025, the Pentagon awarded $800 million in contracts to companies like Anthropic to develop AI for military use. Projects like DARPA's AI-piloted F-16, which successfully dogfighted against a human pilot, show that autonomous warfare is no longer theoretical. The military is actively testing systems like Maven, which uses AI to suggest targets to combat teams in real time. This trend is accelerating globally. In September 2025, the US Army awarded $15.5 million to startups to develop autonomous ground vehicles for infantry squads. Meanwhile, following successful trials in 2024, artificial intelligence is hungry for data. It needs a constant stream of information. Our conversations, our locations, our health records, our online behavior, to learn, improve, and function. While this data fuels the personalized services we enjoy, it has also created an unprecedented privacy crisis. Our most sensitive information is being collected, stored, and processed on a massive scale, often by companies that lack adequate security. As a result, data breaches are not just common. They are growing larger, more frequent, and more damaging, with AI itself becoming both a target and a tool for cybercriminals. The statistics from 2024 and 2025 paint a grim picture. A 2025 analysis by Protecto.ai revealed that AI-related privacy and security incidents surged by 56.4% in 2024 alone. The same report found that nearly half of all breaches involved customer personally identifiable information, and a shocking 82% occurred in cloud environments, the very place where most modern AI systems operate. Cybercrime costs are projected to hit $10.5 trillion in 2025, with AI-fueled attacks moving at machine speed, often outpacing our ability to detect them. We are creating vast treasure troves of data without building strong enough vaults to protect them. The healthcare sector has been particularly vulnerable. In 2024, the US experienced its largest healthcare data breach ever when the systems of Change Healthcare, owned by United Health Group, were crippled by a ransomware attack. This single event compromised the health data of approximately 100 million individuals. The attack caused massive disruptions, preventing pharmacies from processing prescriptions and hospitals from verifying insurance for months. Even after a $22 million ransom was paid, the stolen data reportedly appeared for sale on the dark web, putting millions at risk of fraud and identity theft. In total, nearly 170 million Americans had their health data compromised in 2024. The problem is compounded by a lack of security hygiene within organizations rushing to adopt AI. IBM's July 2025 Cost of a Data Breach report found that of the organizations that suffered a breach of their AI systems, 97% did not have proper AI access controls in place. Furthermore, a study by LayerX revealed that AI tools are now a primary driver of enterprise data leaks, with employees often pasting sensitive company data into personal AI accounts. As Gartner predicted in February 2025, the misuse of generative AI across borders will become a major source of data breaches. Without robust data protection laws and a serious commitment to security, our personal information will remain dangerously exposed. Section 5. The shifting landscape of work, displacement, and new frontiers. The conversation about AI and jobs is often dominated by a fear of mass unemployment, with visions of robots replacing human workers in factories, offices, stores. There is truth to this concern. AI and automation are undeniably eliminating certain types of tasks, particularly those that are repetitive, predictable, data-intensive. Roles in data entry, customer service, areas of analysis are being transformed or made obsolete. This displacement is a real and immediate challenge. It risks widening the gap between those with the skills to thrive in an AI-driven economy and those who are left behind. However, the story of AI's impact on the workforce is more complex than simple job replacement. Just as the industrial and computer revolutions did, the AI revolution is also creating entirely new categories of jobs and changing the nature of existing ones. We are seeing a growing demand for AI specialists, data scientists, machine learning engineers. New roles are also emerging that blend human and machine skills: AI trainers, ethics and bias auditors, AI business strategists. The key challenge is not just the loss of old jobs, but the rapid pace of change and the need for a massive workforce transition. Many existing jobs will not disappear entirely, but will instead be augmented by AI. A radiologist might use an AI to help spot tumors in scans. A lawyer might use an AI to speed up legal research. A mechanic might use an AI to diagnose complex engine problems. To succeed in this new environment, workers will need to develop new skills. Digital literacy, data analysis capabilities, the ability to collaborate effectively with intelligent systems. This requires a fundamental shift in our approach to education and lifelong learning. To navigate this transition equitably, we need a concerted effort from governments, educational institutions, employers. This includes investing heavily in reskilling programs, upskilling programs that are accessible and affordable for all workers. It means redesigning curriculums to focus on critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, skills where humans still outperform machines. It also requires creating stronger social safety nets, including Section 6, Forging a Path Forward, the call for ethical governance. Given the profound ethical challenges posed by AI, ingrained bias, autonomous weapons, we cannot simply let the technology develop without direction. We urgently need robust frameworks for governance and regulation to ensure AI is developed and deployed in a way that is safe, fair, and aligned with human values. Data security and privacy must also be central pillars of any AI regulation. As the 2025 Gartner report suggests, organizations need to be held to a higher standard for protecting the data that fuels their AI models. This includes implementing strong encryption, differential privacy anonymization, and strict access controls. Furthermore, regulations should empower individuals with greater control over their own data, including the right to know how it is being used and the right to have it deleted. Without strong data protection, every advance in AI also becomes an advance in the potential for surveillance and exploitation. Building this ethical framework requires an interdisciplinary and global effort. It cannot be left to technologists alone. Ethicists, sociologists, lawyers, policymakers, civil rights advocates, a scientist, a lawyer, a policymaker, and a community leader, sitting around a table discussing a blueprint for AI ethics. Moreover, since AI and data flow seamlessly across borders, international cooperation is essential to establish baseline standards for safety and human rights. Initiatives like Gartner's recommended AI TRISM controls, which aim to improve information accuracy and decision-making, provide a useful model. The goal is not to stifle innovation, but to channel it in a direction that benefits all of humanity. Section 7. Your role in the AI revolution. Practical steps for every citizen. The challenge of ensuring ethical AI can feel overwhelming, as if it is a problem for powerful governments and giant tech corporations. But individuals hold more power than they realize. The choices we make as consumers, employees, citizens. Building a human-centered AI future is a shared responsibility. There are concrete, practical actions each of us can take. Move from passive acceptance to active engagement with the technology reshaping our world. First, stay informed. Read about AI from credible, independent sources, not just marketing hype. Learn the basics of how these systems work and where they're being used in your community. When a new AI tool appears at your bank, your doctor, or your local police department, ask critical questions. Section 8. Conclusion. Choosing a human-centered future. We stand at a pivotal moment in history. Artificial intelligence is no longer a futuristic concept. It is a present-day reality that is fundamentally reordering our society. It holds the potential to solve some of our most pressing challenges, curing diseases, combating climate change. Yet, as we have seen, it also carries significant risks. It can entrench and amplify human biases, create accountability vacuums, erode our privacy, and disrupt our livelihoods. The path this powerful technology takes is not predetermined. It will be the result of the choices we make today. The core challenge is to resist the illusion of technological neutrality. We must recognize that AI systems are not objective arbiters of truth, but products of human design, trained on data that reflects our flawed world. To build a better future with AI, we must embed our highest values, fairness, accountability, respect for human dignity into the very code that powers it.